Alright. Explain how and why fire is such an important image in the novel, starting with the first chapter and ending with the concluding action between Jordan and Gerald. How is fire an image of pain as well as release and comfort for Gerald and Angel?
Okay, I saw fire as throughout the whole book, starting the beginning and the end, like as a symbol for change. Because at the beginning, with the fire, then he went to live with Aunt Queen, and then at the end, it was a symbol for change because their life is changing. And then I also saw it as pain because they went through a lot of physical pain during the fire, but it turned out well in the end, so it's a symbol for change.
I agree with that because I think when the fire, it burned both apartments when there were fires, so I think that was kind of burning away the bad memories that were taking place and it was kind of starting with a new life.
Yeah, I kind of said like what you guys said, but it was a positive and a negative thing for both of them, like because it was positive just because he could go live with Aunt Queen and like Monique would go get the help she needed, but also negative because he did get taken away from his mom even though she was abusive. Like it's like his mom, he kind of needs that figure, and I guess like Aunt Queen stepped up and like was that figure, but then in the end it was just all positive because like Jordan finally left and like they didn't have to worry about him anymore, and Monique is finally starting to become the mom she always wanted to be.
I agree with all three of you. I kind of said that like first comes like the bad and then comes the good, and so the fire would be like the resemblance of the bad, but like they could always be like, well, like right after the fire something good happened. So like at first it was the first apartment fire, and then he went to Aunt Queen's, and then the second apartment fire, then Jordan died. So it was like the fire was like a big conflict or a big like area in the book where there was a lot of conflict, and then like a relaxed part of the book, like a happy part.
I think fire foreshadows like the fire at the end of the story. It could also be a metaphor to hell because of Angel's name, and like the fire sending Jordan to hell.
Kind of going off of what Hannah said before, how the fire was bad at first, but then at the end it was good. And it said, how was fire a release and a comfort for them? I said it was a release because a positive situation comes from the fire, even though it's negative at first. So I thought that was
I think the fire, the importance of the fire was predictable because when General was burning his hand with the fire and the lighter, and her mother was making him burning himself. First, I thought that the fire was completely negative and wouldn't never have a good thing. And finally, at the end, it's like you said, it's really the thing that can save them. So the fire almost killed him when he was young, and now it saved him. So it can also show that it's difficult to take a position and an opinion on something because there is always good and bad on something.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's positive and negatives for sure. You had mentioned that obviously, and it's interesting to think how the fire kind of it was a release for him. It led to him having his highest high with Aunt Queen, and it also could, after the book, lead to him having another high, like with Monique, and hopefully he gets a good boyfriend or something like that. I don't know. But both of the fires led to good things, which
I would have said the release in a weird way. Because I remember in one of the last chapters, Gerald just wanted to run into the fire and say it was like, release me from all this pain and everything. So that's the one way I thought that the fire was the release, because he could just die right away and not have to deal with anything. But then there is Angel, and Angel was there, so.
The way that I was kind of looking at was in the movie, child reference, the Lion King 2, after the kind of fire, when he kind of brushes aside the ash and it shows kind of that new sprout. I kind of saw it as like a symbol for new life and kind of a chance for everything to start all over again, and how fire is kind of something that, you know, sometimes it ends good parts of life but also ends bad parts of life, and then it also gives people a chance to kind of start fresh again.
Kind of off of what you just said, you made me think of something. Like we kind of talked about color yesterday, but like the fire and like it's like the rebirth is always after like the conflict, or like so like that they went from like this high area, and then every time like they saw like the white jackets, which is like a symbol of like
fire, and it kind of, in the story, fire kind of influences Gerald's life in such a way. First time the fire, he goes to live with Aunt Queen, his life changes a ton. And then after the last fire, Jordan's gone, and I mean, hopefully, life is gonna take a really good change for the better.
All right, there's one more minute for this question.
Yeah, I really
Well,
want. Okay.
Oh, just,
Go
did
see
you
if
wait?
we
Let's
follow
talk.
it all.
We have like 10 minutes.